Guys, we talked about the Browns a lot.
We do.
In the offseason, preseason, all the moves they made, and the season has not gone as planned for Cleveland. Things, by the way, do not get any easier this week. The 6-2 Bills come to town. With more on this matchup, here's Kim Jones.
Good morning, Kay. Let's talk for a moment about the state of the Cleveland Browns. Odell Beckham Jr. isn't getting enough targets, particularly in the red zone. They're not winning enough games. Baker Mayfield doesn't look like the guy he looked like as a rookie. And Freddie Kitchens is trying to make it all work. I asked Beckham on Thursday what the formula has to be to beat the Bills on Sunday.
It's kind of similar to what we've talked about as far as the penalties. It's eliminating all those things so you're in the best possible situation to win the game. Not putting ourselves behind the chains, not getting a big play and it's called back for holding, or not simply just giving a false start and giving up 5 yards. And then on top of that, it's going to take us making plays.
Odell echoed his teammates when he said that they're excited to have Kareem Hunt on the field Sunday, saying that he helps both the pass and run game. Odell also said this. He believes that Kareem Hunt likely has a bigger appreciation for the game now that it's been taken away.
Kim, Week 10's officially kicked off. Thanks for the update. And let's start with that game in a weekend minute, getting you set for Sunday. Let's start in Cleveland. The Bills are coming to town. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for the Bills to dominate the Browns. It's a fascinating thing with Buffalo because after this, they got Browns, Dolphins, and Broncos, which means the Bills are going to be sitting there 9-2, and we're not going to like, 9-2. The Bills are going to the playoffs. The only way they get shocked this weekend is if Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt go nuts because the Bills got punched in the stomach against the Eagles with the run. Take care of them, they'll roll.
I remember being at the Combine 2 years ago and everyone being so interested in Baker and Sam Darnold and coming out of it and people saying, Josh Allen threw the ball the furthest. Josh Allen had the most swag out of all these guys. And Josh Allen might be the best athletic of all these guys. Why isn't he being talked about as first overall pick? Baker, Josh Allen, I'm really interested because Josh Allen could go into Baker's building and say, hey, guess what, guys? I know everyone's talking about Baker.
Carolina now has Dante
Why should I take me first overall? I want to see Josh Allen.
We haven't seen that big game yet. That would be very convincing. People buying in and believing.
I feel like this is the ultimate trap game for the Bills. I mean, we know how talented they are, but I feel like the Browns are fake bad. At some point, they got to figure it out. You mentioned Kareem Hunt. I'm curious to see what he does for 2 reasons. One, he's been out the game, and we forget that as a rookie, he led the NFL in rushing. And two, Nick Chubb is phenomenal, so I want to see how they utilize it.
Nate, Bears hosting the Lions hosting the Bears are in Soldier Field. Stafford has thrown 21 interceptions in his career against Chicago. What are you looking for in this one? He's been lighting it up lately.
Yeah, and I've probably been on the field for a few of those. I remember playing against the Bears. I actually broke my leg against Chicago in Chicago. I know what it's like playing this time of year where that wind is whipping around in that stadium and that defense is hitting. But this ain't those Bears. This is the most disappointing Bears team I've seen in quite some time. So who's going to cure the disappointment? Because they're both coming off of weeks where they didn't fulfill expectations. One of these guys has to win this game, and maybe that's going to correct the rest of the season.
Bears have lost 4 straight games. The Lions have lost some heartbreakers this season. And yet I look at the 2 head coaches, and I think Nagy's all about positivity. I want to know what Matt Patricia's building because the next 8 weeks or 7 weeks are going to be very interesting to me. And if the Lions can rally off some victories, I feel really good going into next year because they're playing good football. They're just not getting these wins. They're so many plays away from being
close.
A 6-2 team right now. I want to see how they finish out the season. Matt Patricia, I want to look at him.
With the Bears, Trubisky's gotten beaten up on, but I'll give you a deep cut. My guy Yurko in Chicago radio always says the Bears tight end position does not exist. They go out there with 10 players for every single drive. Trey Burton, Super Bowl hero, and Adam Shaheen, baby Gronk, are nowhere. And I love both those guys, but they're a quarterback's best friend. Trubisky, Shaheen, Burton, you got to get something going. They don't exist.
I thought Will Smokey was the best friend.
I don't know where Tariq
Where's Will Smokey? Anybody seen him lately? I'd like to see a nice explosive play from their versatile, dynamic running back. Let's go to New Orleans. It's a NFC South divisional battle. Falcons, Saints. Shrakes, how do you see this one go?
I like this game because the Falcons are coming off a bye, and it's almost like they messed around and beat the Saints. Let's see what happens. Let's just be loose here. We're not going to the playoffs. We're not necessarily going to be the team anyone's talking about over the next 2 months. Let's go ruin the Saints season because these are rivals. And if Dan Quinn can do something, it is motivate. And I don't think he's lost that team yet, amazingly. I think the Falcons are actually going to put up a fight in this one. And I think the Saints, who have been off a bye as well and are going to be great, they might not want to deal with this Falcons team who has nothing to lose.
Reckless.
I don't know if they're going to put up a fight, but I look at this game. There's a cool thing to watch. It kind of feels like a dunk contest. I look at Julio Jones and Michael Thomas, who, listen, Jerry Rice came out and said he thinks Julio is the best in the league. I think Michael Thomas is the best in the league. I want to see what they do against each other. It might be kind of a torch passing.
Yeah, Schrager, I remember being on the Detroit Lions and coming off a bye, and we were having a terrible season. I walk into the wide receiver room, I look at Calvin, I said, for the rest of the season, let's be the bad guy. An absolute villain. Let's go in and ruin everybody's party. And Calvin, who doesn't talk much, looked at me and said, okay. Okay. Hopefully Calvin Ridley and Julio Jones, they're feeling the same way.
Well, Sean Payton, who you said is the coach of the year so far, he fully expects, that's what he said, that Alvin Kamara will be back after missing those 2 games. By the way, he is still second in receiving on that team next to Michael Thomas after missing 2 games. The running back.
Best team in the NFL.
On that offense.
I think.
Moving on, let's go to Green Bay. It's a Packers-Panthers showdown. Kyle, what are you looking for?
Aaron Rodgers' wrath. I think he was genuinely pissed off at what happened in Los Angeles. He had some takes about it, about maybe how his team and his teammates conducted themselves on that road trip. I think this is going to unleash hell. I think the Packers are winning this one big.
How about the Kyle Allen wrath? How about all of a sudden looking at Aaron Rodgers and saying, oh, well, he bleeds. He's not as good as we thought. We can rattle him. I know that Kyle Allen's not going into that game feeling like he's better than Aaron Rodgers, but if their defense goes out there and makes him uncomfortable, he can go and get this win. I feel like the Panthers team is more confident than ever after what happened to the Packers last week.
This feels like the Aaron Rodgers awakening. Like last week was that terrible loss, and then you come back and you say, okay, let's show the world. And Davante Adams did not do much last week. This feels like 10 catches, 180 yards, 2 touchdowns, Davante Adams. And I like that Panthers defense, but Aaron Rodgers is a guy who does not often have 2 bad offensive performances back-to-back. And I know he wasn't thrilled with the offensive line play either. I think everyone is going to be challenged this week, and the Packers are going to rise to the occasion.
Weirdly, Rodgers is just 2-3 against the Panthers in his career. Both wins, though, came in his MVP season.
That's C-Mac, though. That's what I'm saying. That's C-Mac, though. Don't be shocked.
At GMFB with your thoughts. We've got highlights from last night, Raiders. We've got all the extracurriculars, the Chargers, the faces Phillip Rivers was making. Woof! But huge games this week. Vikings, can they leave Dallas with a win? Nate Stradamus, you're up. Where's the quill?
Yeah, it's coming.
Feather.
It's coming.